they were basically saying, you pony up to the Democratic National Committee or the Clinton campaign, you get a seat on the trade mission. And Painter's fingerprints were all over that. So it's no surprise to see her pop up again with this Burisma scandal. Judicial Watch gets emails from the government, and we've gotten documents finally on Burisma. We had sued. When did we sue? January 2020. So it took them 11 months almost to get us these documents about Burisma. We asked for records of communications from the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv, our embassy, mentioning Burisma. Now, you may recall that the State Department shut down their FOIA operations in response to the COVID pandemic. Frankly, it was more of an excuse than anything else. So this is what happens. My microphone is attached to the computer, and when I move, the microphone wire pulls, and that's why the computer moves. So that's what's happening there. So they finally gave us what is a briefing memo showing that the Democratic lobbying firm hired by Burisma met with the anti-Trump ambassador, Ambassador Yovanovitch. She's the woman who testified against Obama during the impeachment hearings. And in my view, she's responsible for covering up a lot of corruption going on in Ukraine vis-a-vis Biden, the Ukrainian interferers in our election, the Soros operation, all sorts of stuff that was going on her watch. And so we got these documents, and it's a briefing checklist about a meeting she was having with this Burisma law firm called Blue Star Strategies, whose chief operating officer and co-founder is Sally Painter. So Painter was going in to meet with Yovanovitch on a variety of issues. One of those issues notes that she was planning a meeting in the embassy with the Foreign Commercial Service officer regarding the Burisma Group energy company. Now, this was happening in when? February 22nd, 2019, the middle of the impeachment attack just before the impeachment attack on President Trump. Excuse me, I shouldn't say it was the middle of it. I forget that the impeachment was just a few months ago. I forget. It goes back further in time as the weeks go along, but it was only the beginning of the year, right? So in February of 2019, they're meeting with Hunter Biden's lobbying shop. Now, Hunter Biden was still on the board of Burisma at the time. So yeah, it was his lobbying shop, this Blue Star Strategies. And Sally Painter, the person running it, Judicial Watch has run into before. How? Well, we found documents during the Chinagate scandal, back during the Clinton years. And back then, she was at the Commerce Department, and she was implicated in the alleged sale of Commerce Department trade mission seats, where the government would pay for trade missions abroad to get contracts for companies abroad. And they were basically saying, you pony up to the Democratic National Committee or the Clinton campaign, you get a seat on the trade mission. And Painter's fingerprints were all over that. So it's no surprise to see her pop up again with this Burisma scandal. And the records also show that in 2016, an email from a sender, whose name is blacked out, was sent to a person called Amos Hochstein, who is a senior advisor to Vice President Joe Biden on international energy affairs. Hochstein was an expert in energy, unlike Hunter Biden. And the subject line was Burisma News Devon Archer. And Devon Archer was Hunter Biden's business partner in Burisma and also on the board of Burisma. The email includes links to two articles, one by the New York Post on May 12, 2016, which detail how Archer, a business partner of Hunter Biden and also a member of the Burisma board of directors, had been arrested on suspicion of securities fraud in a $60 million scam that ripped off impoverished South Dakota, Sioux, Indian, and others. And the records also, so you had Joe Biden's top aide, one of his top aides, getting a heads up on a scandal implicating his son, Joe's son's business partner. Now, his business partner, this story is back up here again because he was, I think, convicted, but the judge threw out the conviction, and this appellate court reinstated it. So now he's facing now Devin Archer is facing sentencing. Sentencing. He could be going to jail on this. I'm sure he's unhappy camper too. That's what Giuliani said. And the records also include, and I've told you about how the Ukraine embassy gang under Yovanovitch was monitoring the social media accounts of Rudy Giuliani and Don Trump Jr., Dan Bongino, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Lou Dobbs, because they were nervous about what they were saying about Burisma, Joe Biden, Soros, and all the rest. And these emails further confirm how they were desperate to monitor all of this. And they were monitoring all of these people's tweets. If they were doing it in an organized fashion, it would be illegal. It's a violation of the Privacy Act. So we have new Burisma documents showing that the anti-Trump State Department knew about the Shady Biden Burisma connections and were desperate to monitor conservative critics of the Bidens. Desperate. So don't believe the laptop. Don't believe Tony Bubulinski, excuse me. And I say that sarcastically. Believe the documents. The Obama State Department knew very much about the Burisma scandal. I told you previously about other documents, emails from a State Department official, another anti-Trump State Department official testified against Trump in the impeachment, sent to Yovanovitch, bemoaning the fact the Russians were trolling Joe Biden over his ethical compromise or his conflicts of interest in terms of ethics with having his son be on the board of that corrupt company, Burisma. Kent called it Burisma, the gift that keeps on giving. They all knew about Burisma and Biden. And as I keep on saying, the dirty little secret about Joe Biden is there was no dirty little secret about his corruption. And many people knew about it. So we expect to get more documents. As I say, the Biden scandal ain't going away no matter what happens on the day. So there's that.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.